All right, so we just recently covered the new headset by Corsair, the HS80 wireless headset, and I told you there's a lot of headsets I need to compare these to, and there are. And we're gonna start off with the Corsair Virtuoso XT versus the HS80. Brand against brand here, right? But I do have a lot more comparisons coming with this headset as well. We got like some from SteelSeries and stuff, some Razer, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for those coming up as well. But right now, let's focus one-to-one here. And of course, where are we gonna start? We're gonna start with comfort here. Number one, looking at these ear pads, as you can see, both very plush and very soft right there. Plenty big as well. Let me go and get my tape measure. Here you go. Virtuoso, they're pretty much a straight circle on the Virtuoso. Coming over to the HS80, they do have a little bit of a different shape right there. They're also significantly deeper on the HS80, if you can catch that in the camera. Now, the Virtuosos are plenty deep as well, but just not as deep as the HS80. Biggest thing you're seeing different, pleather ear cushions, in and out. Yes, you can take these off. These spin to the right, these spin to the left. Confused me there, right? So the ear cushions, as you see, completely different. HS80 cloth, inside and out. Both of them are on their little plastic frames right there, so kind of hard to replace them. Now the headbands are also significantly different. As you see on the Virtuoso, pretty much just like a standard headband, right? And that's where your adjustment is, right on the side right there. You got your swivel, and then your adjustment, and then your basic headband. Very nice and plush, really not hurting you or anything. And again, plenty of adjustability with there with the swivel and then adjusting the earpiece. Now, coming over to the HS80, you have that elastic headband, so it feels like it's floating on you. Right down here, you have your adjustment. You pull back that Velcro, and you can adjust and make it tighter. You don't adjust it from the outside like you see on a lot of headsets like this. You actually adjust it down within there as you see those green notches. Velcro, tighten, or loosen it right there. Full swivel on these guys as well, so plenty of adjustability. But again, much different headband. Now let's get a quick weight check of both headsets. Starting with the HS80, we are getting 364 grams. Are we completely on there? 364 grams on the HS80. Let's take those off, back to zero. Corsair Virtuoso XT, and I'm keeping the microphone on because the microphone's attached on the HS80. 398. So yes, the Virtuoso is a little bit heavier than the HS80. And when we take all that as far as comfort, the adjustability, the headband, ear cushions, the weight, and we put them on our head, starting with the Virtuoso here. Again, I have the XT. They're very comfortable. They really are. But they are sitting on my head, if that makes sense. Like, duh, man, there's a headset. It's going to be sitting on your head. It's not pinching me. It's not hurting me or anything, but I kind of feel them resting on my head, if that makes sense, right? It's your traditional headset, right? It's not pushing in. I don't got pressure points, but again, I do feel it weighing down on my head up here. That's just because it's a traditional headset or headphone type of design right there. It's not even because of that weight. Now, coming over here to the HS80, putting these guys on your head, wow, man, it's fantastic. It really is. Just as I stated in my review, it's hands down stinking cozy. And it's really that floating headband design right there. I love it in my headsets. I absolutely love it. SteelSeries, Logitech, I don't know, many other companies do this style now, you know, and it works great. It really does. The combination of the ear cushions here, being cloth, breathable, and soft, and then a headband, I mean, the HS80 take the win all day long for comfort here. I still love the comfort on the Virtuoso, but again, it's completely different here, and HS80 wins. Okay, so now let's go and talk about the build of both headsets here. Looking at them like this, they both look extremely solid, right? But you're really seeing that glimmer come off the Virtuoso. You have the metal forks going right here into the ear cups. Now, the ear cups are plastic, but the forks are metal. Your bracket going from here into the arm is metal, and then up here is metal as well. That's where that extra weight is that we're talking about, right? All that's metal. Even the attachment to your microphone over here is metal. And again, your microphone's detachable. Coming to the HS80, we have metal right here, and then our arms going into the ear cups, right? So our bracket right here is metal, going into here is metal, plastic, and then plastic. Again, so you're seeing that weight difference now as far as the build. Now, all in all, as far as like durability, I can take the HS80, stretch them out, twist them up, I don't get worried. I hear no creaking, no cranking. Again, you got that swivel, so you're relieving a lot of stress points there. Now the Virtuoso XT, again, these things, you pick them up, they feel like a tank. You know, they're not like ridiculous heavy, so don't think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying you feel that quality. You feel that premium product in your hand. You really get that durability, stretch out, not worried. Twist them up, not worried one bit. They're both built great, but clear as day, the Virtuoso takes the win in the build department easily. Now, I didn't even know if I wanted to include this bit in this video here because it's really not a fair comparison. Again, with me having a Virtuoso XTs right here, you guys are probably like, dude, why didn't you just talk about the regular Virtuosos then, right? Well, these are the newer ones. So again, I wanted to compare new to new right here, right? So the Virtuoso XT and then the HS80. You got your volume controls on the back right here. You have your power button. And then you have your microphone. On the HS80, your microphones flip up and flip down to mute and active. On the Corsair, it's right on the bottom right here. And again, you have the detachable mic. Now, what's different about the Virtuoso XT, the big thing that's going to separate it is Bluetooth. It has Bluetooth on it, and you have your controls for your Bluetooth right on the headset, right? Your own controls, game control, Bluetooth control as far as volume and everything. It's stinking awesome. I absolutely love how they implemented the controls and the features into the Virtuoso XT. Again, the HS80 is pretty much your headset. You got your controls, your power, and then again, your microphone. So, not a fair comparison, but yeah, the XT has a lot more going for it, and I stinking love it. But I can't give one a point here or there, because again, it's two difference, and it also goes along with the price, which we'll talk about soon. All right, let's go ahead and talk about sound, and then we'll do that mic comparison. And as far as sound on these headsets, both of them are using 50mm drivers with a frequency range of 20 to 40,000. So they definitely get to breathe a whole lot, big drivers, big range right there, and they both sound the same. Somewhat, okay? Catch me when I say somewhat right there. The biggest thing that's gonna separate these, again, going back to those ear cushions, right? Both of these you can dive into Corsair IQ and dabble with your EQs. IQ and EQ, what a tongue twister, right? But anyways, you can go in there and really tweak your sound, pull out bass, pull out your highs, yada, yada, yada. I show you my settings on both of the standalone reviews, so you can tweak them to that much, but even that core sound, you'll even have to dabble with the EQ a little bit different if you're going from one to the other. Again, being the ear cushions. You hear people say it all the time, like ear cushions make a difference in your sound. This is a prime example right here, right? Full pleather, inside and out, top and bottom. We're not even talking comfort here, right? We're talking straight up sound. It's gonna lock in, it's gonna hold in that sound, especially your bass, give you a really full-bodied sound. The bass is gonna be hitting and it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay right here with your ear cups, right? HS80, cloth ear cups, completely, top, bottom, inside and out, right? It's going to let some of that sound breathe out, right? So when that bass hits, it's going to hit, but it's also going to breathe out. It's going to slide out of there a little bit rather than over here being held in. Kind of think about it like if you're in a room and you're talking with the room shut, or a bathroom or something, then you open that door and start talking. Prime example right there, you know what I mean? Now, again, as far as the core sound, they both sound amazing. You have bass, you have highs, you have mids, you have detail, and you have clarity. I play a lot of Rainbow Six. That's pretty much my primary test here with this comparison, going one to the other. I played great with both of them. I really did. But I felt myself catching a little bit more detail with the HS80, right? Because again, like if I'm throwing up a wall or someone's throwing a grenade, right? Bam, it goes off and I'm back into the game. I'm back into my focus zone, okay? Corsair Virtuoso, someone throws a grenade, you're throwing up a wall or whatever it may be, bam, it hits and it's kind of resonating there a little bit. If you catch my drift, right? Again, it's going to hold in that immersive bass for a little bit longer than the HS80, if that makes sense to you right there. So, again, they sound the same. It's really the ear cushions that are making it sound a little bit different, a little more breathable, a little more open. The biggest difference you're going to get right here is that sound seclusion, right? If you're in a noisy environment or people are sleeping in your house, you don't want your sound going out everywhere, that's where the Virtuoso is really going to play. With those fully pleather ear cups right there. Locking that sound, locking that bass in and everything. Now, if you've got a noisy environment, again, with the cloth ear cups, you're going to hear some of that coming out. And yes, the sound of your game is going to be bleeding out right there. So if you got people sleeping again, they might be complaining you a little bit with the HS80 because that sound's going to be going off right there. While everyone's trying to sleep, they're going to be hearing gunshots and grenades, you know what I mean? So think about that as well. It's not necessarily just that core sound, it's also your environment. And then of course, with both of them being wireless, as far as battery life, they're stating the HS80 gets 20 hours and then the Virtuoso XT gets 15 hours. That's got to be with the Bluetooth feature, draining a little bit of that battery. Both of them, again, have the RGB on the logos, but you can turn it off and not mess with any of the extra battery life right there. As far as range, they're both, I mean, they state 60, but me in my house, whenever I break out of my room right there and try to walk down the hall, I'm right at 25 to 30 feet and I start breaking up right there. So it's going to really depend on your environment and your settings as far as that range you're going to get. All right, so now for that mic test, the mic comparison here. We have the HS80 plugged up right now, and I'm plugged straight up into OBS, no tweaking, no anything like that, just straight plugged and played. As far as my environment, PC would probably be chugging, or laptop be chugging here a little bit. I have a fan running over there and then a fan and a light up there, right? So that's my environment. Slight sound dampening in here. Microphone is about this distance. Again, the mic on the HS80 is attached and flip up to mute. As you can see, it got a white light while it's active right now. Flip it up and it turns red, and you also get a tone in your headset as well. And then you can also activate voice prompts, and she'll say voice or mic muted, mic active. But the voice prompts you can't adjust with a separate volume. So if you got your headset cranked up, she's going to holler in your headset, mic muted, you know, so that's a bit of a stinker right there. I prefer the tones, but again, the mic is attached and you have your notifications, so you're really going to know when your mic's active or not. But all in all, this is a microphone on the HS80. Let's go on and check out the Corsair Virtuoso microphone. All right, so now we're using a microphone on the Corsair Virtuoso XT. Again, this microphone's detachable, so if you don't want to use it, heck, you can just take it off. You do have that white light right there when you know it's active. Your mute button's on the bottom of the mic right here, and we press it. As you saw, it turns red. You get those notifications in your ear cups as well. As far as the microphone, on my graph, I'm seeing it pick up a little bit more. I'm not too sure we're going to see whenever we process it right there. And I'm really excited, like me personally, because I didn't test this before this. This is just me straight taking them and plugging them in. But I remember in my standalone reviews, both of these headsets had amazing mics, you know. So I'm really just excited to see how they stack up against each other and which one's going to take the win. Again, I'm just nerding out here with you. But I can just tell you, maybe if I pull it further away from my mouth, maybe it was too close because I was just peeking into the red right there with the Virtuoso XT microphone. But all in all, this is a mic test, mic comparison to them. Let's see which one wins. So, both headsets are packing a lot, right? As far as comfort, build, the sound, the microphones. What's really going to separate them, and probably going to make up your purchase decision here, is the price. And they really vary. The Virtuosos can range from $179 all the way up to like $269 MSRP. Now, you can find the older Virtuosos down for around $150, give or take, here and there. You know, but again, going up to the XT, you're talking again upwards around $270. Coming over to the HS80 RGB wireless, $150. Big difference, right? But again, there's also a huge difference even as far as the build. The XTs, again, the features packed into it. It screams just such a premium quality product. The HS80 is still a fantastic, awesome headset. I'm not saying it's like a piece of junk. It's like the lower grade. But you don't have the Bluetooth. All your little components aren't metal on it, you know what I mean? Like your volume wheel's metal over here. Your buttons are metal. You know, it's the difference like that. It's like your Toyota and your Lexus. You know what I mean? Your Nissan and your Infiniti. It's kind of what you got going on here, you know what I mean? Both of them are fantastic. What you need to do is sit down and decide, number one, which one do you like aesthetically? How about that comfort? How important is that comfort to you? Do you want to lock out that sound? Then you go to Virtuoso. You want a little bit of breathability and be able to hear around you? You got the HS80. You know what I mean? Again, go through this video, kind of wrap up and consolidate some of the stuff we talked about. And I think you're going to decide. Because again, when you're spending already up at $150, I mean, it's so hard to go to this because I'm just going to say another $100. You know what I mean? Like, heck, go buy a keyboard. You know what I mean? Something like that. So it's quite different. Me personally, you all know I need Bluetooth. If I'm sitting home and around a Call of Duty or whatever and I'm wrapped up into that game, I need that Bluetooth active so I don't miss an important phone call. If I get wrapped up in Call of Duty with a headset without Bluetooth, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I can't focus on my game. You understand? Like, I can't focus if I don't have that peace of mind that I can still get my call with the Bluetooth. You know what I mean? I love both headsets. Corsair, can we get a pair of HS80s with Bluetooth? Increase the price by $20 or whatever? Let's make that happen, you know? But all in all, I need you to consolidate. Let me know down in the comments which one you would pick and why. But all in all, I hope this comparison helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.